Right, ladies and gentlemen, next up, Triumph Superbikes, the SBK Challenge, the Masters category and the 600 category. On pole position, Jamie Hall, alongside him, Malcolm Rapson. There's Kieran Sneyman, Tristan Pinau, Slade Van Niekerk, Jason Lineker, Brad Bodsworth, Dion Ebel. Brad first in the Masters, then Dion Ebel. Well, he's not actually. Malcolm Rapson's first, then Brad. Dion Ebel, Sean McCrill, also in the Masters, then Matty Van Niekerk, Daniel Frost, Wesley Hendricks, Quinton Weening, Keener Strode, and Wayne Orenser, last of the Masters. So yes, on your screen you see there, it is exceptionally wet out there and slippery to say the least. The majority of the riders will be on wet weather tyres. We're about to get the final bike race underway. The Triumph sponsored Superbikes, Triumph Motorcycles.
Be a triumph if they get it to the end of this race, I'll tell you that much.
That's funny, eh?
Yeah, well.
Yeah, I knew that, yeah.
But yeah, no, it's the final countdown. It's the final race of the bikes. The number 93 of Jason Lineker. That's a lovely looking machine, that Francois, that R6 Yamaha.
No, it's not actually. It's a CBR 600.
CBR 600.
Yep, it's got a Honda badge on it, so it's definitely a CBR 600.
Oh,
alongside him, Slade
yeah,
Van
CBR
Niekerk
600.
on the Kawasaki. He sits there. And on the outside of him is Brad Bodsworth. He's on the number 41. He's also on a 5 lap. So, right,
yeah.
2 and 3 are not there.
Well,
so there's no Kieran Sneyman and there's no Jamie Hall. Lights off and away they go, and Slade Van Niekerk gets a rocket start, and he's ahead of Malcolm Rapson, and so too is Jason Lineker. There's having a look, see what happens there as they work their way. It's very difficult in the rain. You can't sort of see through the rain. It looks like Lineker's gone up to second, and Slade Van Niekerk's in first. Got to take it easy going into Quarry Corner. It's a little bit wet, and you can aquaplane. They all make their way gingerly around Quarry Corner. And in the meantime, Slade Van Niekerk is trying to gap it ever so slightly there over Jason Lineker. Malcolm Rapson sits up behind him. It looks like it could be Brad Bodsworth in there as well as they make their way around Interceptor Corner and up the Tigerberg straightaway up to Sorrel for a sweep as they're about halfway through lap number 1 into that double right-hander there on your screens. You see them coming up in that treacherous weather. Track surface very slippery. They're wet weathers. Has a little bit of extra purchase on the tires. They make their way down the back straight, and well, Slade Van Niekerk giving it a full twist of the grip as he makes his way down towards Pertamina Fostron Corner, and Jason Lineker following suit together with Malcolm Rapson, the likes of Brad Bodsworth, Dion Ebel. They're all down there, and they work their way out of turn 5, make their way up towards us.
Yeah, Jamie Hall, he's on the Yamaha R6, so he was the man who started on pole position, but now towards the line, it is Slade Van Niekerk on the Quacker that comes across the line. Then Jason Lineker's Honda will be second, with Malcolm Rapson holding it in there in third position, ahead of Kiana Strode, Jamie Hall, and that is the sum total of it, basically. 5 of them. No, there's somebody pulling into the pits, and yeah, well, there we go. That's a very small little field. Only 6 laps left to go in this race. They've shortened the races by 2 laps and going through turn 2 right about now.
I think the reason why they're shortening the laps is because we're losing light. It's getting pretty dark out there. The television tends to make it look a little bit lighter for the viewers at home, but in fact, we that are here at trackside, it's actually quite dark. So, yeah, visibility not the greatest. Some of the riders there with tinted visors. That cannot be easy out there with the rain splattering all over your visor. It's a dark visor. The light is not the greatest outside, but it's still Slade Van Niekerk who hurtles down the back straight towards turn number 5, Pertamina Fostron Corner. And he gets onto the brakes and works his way into the corner. It's a cambered corner, so you sort of lie into it. And hopefully the back end doesn't step out because it's a cambered corner to the riders going around Quarry Corner very gingerly on the other side of the circuit. They should come out there tomorrow afternoon. That's how slow they're going through there. But Slade Van Niekerk is riding like it's a normal Sunday.
Oh, he put a 1:33.200 in as his fastest lap. 5 seconds back, it is Lineker. Then it is Rapson, who is 3 seconds off of him. Jamie Hall comes up into 4th position. And then it will be Kiana Strode on his Kawasaki ZX6R that will come along. And yeah, so we have those two that went through turn 2 earlier on. So we'll wait for them. And maybe by soon, we'll get them.
That would be Brad Bodsworth and Wayne Aronson taking it very slowly.
Yeah, but they're the challenge bikes. They don't have to care about what happens
Yeah,
ahead of them.
no,
They
fair.
are in a private battle, and it's all about supremacy in the challenge bikes. The Honda Fireblade versus the Quaker. Somebody's gone down in turn 2, and I have to see who that is. I just see orange.
Is that Jamie Hall?
It could be.
It's Jamie Hall. I think it's Jamie Hall that went down there.
And that's been a popular place to drop the bike.
There's aquaplaning on the outside there. There's water that they catch, and then they just basically glide into the corner. Doesn't matter what they do, they just aquaplane straight through. Right, so Slade van Niekerk down once again into turn number 5. When he crosses the line, there'll be 4 laps to go. Ooh, Brad Bodsworth getting a bit of a wiggle jiggle under him as the bike fishtails when he applies acceleration. Too much power underfoot. Wayne Aronson comes towards the line. He crosses the line. And here comes Slade van Niekerk at full tilt. And Wayne will think to himself, what the heck is wrong with you, Slade? Why are you riding so fast? So Slade down into turn number 1. Works his way around, makes his way up the Uber Straight towards Quarry Corner.
So then, yeah, we just still got to confirm exactly that it is Jamie Hall has classified a lap. Kiana Strode is still out there, looks like it. Brad Bosworth and Wayne Aronson. 4 laps left to go, and look at that, at basically walking pace. Some of them are going through turn 2 section now. Like Francois was pointing out, a high chance of aquaplaning off there. You'll see the apron of the circuit over there is, of course, like a swimming pool almost. And, well, it's easy to just get it all wrong over there if you go a little too wide and chuck it at the scenery. But only a handful of bikes out there. That will basically mean that we will have about, 6 bikes in all still out there from the initial 7 that started. Daniel Frost, number 28, there we go, on the Fireblade. He has chucked it, unfortunately, down.
Yeah, Daniel Frost putting it down there. Hopefully the bike's not too badly damaged. Daniel looks okay. He seems to be standing up and walking around. He's just going to get a little bit wet out there. Slade van Niekerk putting in a top lap of 132.221. And the wet very good as he crosses the line down towards turn number 1. And it sounds like he's on a normal charge and not too worried about the rain. As we see him there on screen going into turn number 1, working his way around, making his way up the Uber Straight towards Quarry Corner.
All right, so wait now for Jamie Hall to cross the line. There he has done so. And Jamie Hall will be 3rd in the 600 section on his R6. And there's only a handful of them, like we were saying now. As Slade van Niekerk leads the way on bike number 111 over there.
Oh, and Lineker goes down. The front just washes on him. He just went around the corner. He was going around normally, and the front just left him. It washed. He looks a little bit dejected. He's going to try and pick the bike up. He's picking it up, and he's having a look, see if he can continue. But he came around, and it just simply washed on him. It didn't look like he did anything untoward, to say the least.
Yeah, well, I don't know, Francois, if it's actually worth it being out there, as a matter of fact, because I think the conditions have become too treacherous to get around. I think what happens is when you see bikes going at snail's pace over here, it's not really a race anymore, unfortunately. And that Honda of Lineker was running up in 2nd position. Beautiful Honda, like I said earlier on, before, of course, Francois just corrected me there. And yeah, the number 93. Well, we're watching now. It is 2 laps left to go in this Triumph Superbike Challenge Masters and 600s race. The Masters class at the moment, Malcolm Rapson leads that from Brad Bodsworth and Wayne Aronson. They're still in a private battle of their own in the 5th and 6th positions overall in this race. Only 6 bikes left. Kiana Strode out of the race on his 5-blade, 2 Viablades having exited this race. The other one, Kewan Sneyman, actually didn't start, sorry. So Daniel Frost on the Fireblade, and Wayne Arendse now rounding everything off as far as things are concerned.
Well, Slade van Niekerk still leading out. Malcolm Rapson in second. Jamie all up to third. Jason Lineker has rejoined the race. And Brad Bodsworth and Wayne Arendse look like they're looking for missing parts on their bike. They are riding so slowly around the circuit. I don't blame them. I really don't. It's really treacherous. But the man who actually feels absolutely nothing for this is Slade van Niekerk, who goes hurtling down the back straight, down towards turn number 5. When he crosses the line, he'll start his final lap.
Yeah, just this one. The rest of this one and the next one to go. You could see on your screens if you're watching online, look at the rain coming down. It's been coming down like that intermittently all day. And we had a bit of dry track earlier on, drying track, and then it started raining again. So Slade van Niekerk on the Quacker. Here he comes now, crosses the line, and will start another lap of this race, and it will be the final lap of this race. And once they've crossed that line, if all of them have crossed that line who are still out there, it will be a major sigh of relief.
Jason Lineker comes up behind Wayne Arendse and Brad Bodsworth, who are in a very tight contest, but going around the quarry corner very slowly. Jason Lineker goes past the point where he lost the front end. He now goes around the outside of Bodsworth and Arendse and works his way to the kink. But here comes a man who's really on song at the moment, Slade van Niekerk. And he goes through the kink into Interceptor corner and doesn't notice that he passes Bodsworth and Arendse at that specific moment in time.
Yeah, so Malcolm Rapson will go up into second position and also be the Superbike leader. Jamie Hall will go up into third position. As now, look at them go through saddle sweep, and it will be gingerly. We use that word quite a lot today, and it's all about self-preservation here. Frankie pointed out also earlier on, no V8s in the pit lane. I see a number of cars with a GTI Challenge getting ready, but now checkered flag is out. It waits for Slade van Niekerk.
Well, Slade van Niekerk gets the sign from Jason Lineker, go up my inside. So Slade van Niekerk in the second race will take checkered flag honours up to the line. Slade van Niekerk followed there by Jason Lineker, who's basically a lap down, and he finishes effectively in 4th place. We wait for the rest of the field, and they are working their way around. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I can tell you now, it is absolutely pelting down at Killarney. Visibility is very poor coming up towards us. Wayne Arendse ahead of Brad Bodsworth. And here comes Malcolm Rapson over the line. He's in 2nd place. And we're just waiting for good old Jamie Hall. We can't see where he is. There he goes down the back straight down towards turn 5, Pertamina Fostron. He's just keeping himself upright going down into turn number 5. The water just veeing off him as he goes down. And he's just keeping that bike nice and upright, although he is turning. It does bank slightly to the right. But he just wants to get over the line, and he knows that his race is done, and he can just bring it home. Well, those were the 3 bike races. Exciting nonetheless, but you don't like to see people putting their bikes down. It's a bit of damage, a bit costly. There's Jamie Hall.